Matinee. We are back going through another Marvel series. This time we have Wonder Man, which, Mike, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is this the most least advertised thing Marvel's ever done?
Mm, no, I think Echo is has been buried much
I
worse than this has.
I knew the plot of Echo and all of its characters. Outside of Wonder Man, I don't know a fucking thing that's going on in this show.
And I actually kind of like it that way.
It is, but notice the pattern that someone pointed out. Two shows have been the least advertised with the least amount of trailers that have come out on Disney Plus. Do you know what they are?
The Spotlight series.
Well, the Spotlight series, but Ironheart and this.
Oh, yeah, that is a that is a pattern.
Let's let's not do that anymore. Let's not do that. All right. So I do have to admit, not to bring something up that was this? This is the same guy that was Black Manta, right?
Yep.
Some comments of his got resurfaced that I have to bring up. That he said that working in superhero properties is clown work.
Oh, yeah, he did say that.
I just love that he's now in a property. He had to audition to play a superhero who plays a superhero who has to audition to get into a superhero movie. But superhero movies are clown work.
I bet he regrets saying that.
Good lord. All right. What do you know about Wonder Man
I
outside of him
know
being an actor?
basically all I know is that he has kind of generic superpowers and that he's an actor, or at least the Simon Williams version is.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know there was another version of him.
I think that there might be like a couple different ones.
I did not know that.
Oh no, no,
Yes,
just the one.
just the one. Okay. All right. So not a lot happens in this episode. So there isn't a ton to talk about other than I guess which is going to be an ongoing plot thread in this is that Simon can't get out of his own way.
Yeah, pretty much. He's he's one of those actors who just is very extra.
Yeah. Not sending dead rats in condoms to your co-stars extra, but needs to make sure every single detail of his character is blotted out, even if they're never going to bring it up again. So that'll be interesting if they actually use that more, including it being in, I'm assuming, some superhero-y things that he's going to do. Because again, I have no idea what's going on in this. So that'd be interesting if they keep that. Because if they only had him, that'd be the reason for why it's hard for him to get to this audition, and they don't really use it any other time. That's going to be a little weird. Not saying they're going to do that. I'm just hoping they don't do that. In talking about how little I was told about this, I had no idea that Destin Daniel Cretton was directing this.
Oh yeah, he was like this was something he was working on. Um, I think either shortly after or like just before he was taken off of Avengers King Dynasty. This was like his big follow up to Shang Chi, which of
So is
course
he?
makes sense why Slattery's in this.
Yeah. So is Cretton, by the time now that he's done now he's done Spider-Man as well. Handily the director that has directed the most different superhero movies for Marvel or period.
Yeah, like his career in the MCU has been definitely the most he has the widest variety
Yeah.
because like the Russo brothers, they've done Captain America
Cap
and the
then
Avengers.
movies. Yeah. And then there really hasn't been, unless I'm blanking, every other director has either stayed on the same series or only done a movie and left. Joss only did the Avengers movies. Yeah, the only person that's close on variants, but you'd have to use other universes to do it, is James Gunn.
Yeah.
He has that beat because he's got 3 different actual movies plus 2 seasons of a TV show. But in Marvel, no one's going to be coming close to Cretton, I don't think, like, ever. Because I doubt they're going to have the same director work on 2 different properties, like, ever.
Yeah, no.
So I did like that Slattery was in this. And the fact that Iron Man 3 was 10 years ago.
Yeah, that when someone brought up or when he said like 13 years sober because it's been 13 years since Iron Man 3, that's when I started feeling old.
Yeah, I was barely able to drink when that movie came out. And now I'm 5 years from 40. The MCU has been going on since I was in high school.
Yep.
I'm going to be 40 in 5 years. What the actual hell? Oh my good lord. So you see a little bit, I guess, of the flash of his powers because you see his eyes bugging out. But besides that, it's just really getting him to get to that audition, and then you're finding out that it wasn't a mistake that he ran into Slattery.
Yeah, so that person that Slattery called, or that the person that called Slattery, that's a member of the Department of Damage Control.
I figured as much. And they do really well considering they couldn't catch Kamala Khan and a group of wily teenagers. So I'm sure this is going to go much better when you've got an actual adult to handle. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do because they know where he is and they aren't going out of their way to try and catch him. They're just having Slattery get Virgin Marys with him. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. You got anything else?
I did like in the beginning that we saw a little bit of the old Wonder Man movie.
Yeah.
A nice little cheap throwback to old superhero movies.
Yeah, it was. And they made up an award-winning director to be making the movie. So, like, I'm wondering how many actual things are going to happen in this because they're mentioning actual TV shows. Like, I think it was either Walking Dead or Sons of Anarchy was mentioned with, like, the director's episodes and stuff like that when they were in American Horror Story.
Yep.
So there's that. It'll be interesting to see what they all bring in. But yeah, I don't got a whole lot else to say because this is a very bare bones episode for an intro. Then assuming we're going to get a lot more off the second episode. So yeah, Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us on YouTube at Renegade Pop Culture or Organoid Zero. Find us on Podchaser or consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. You can escape, so do we.
Absolutely. And you can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. If you're interested in cosplaying and the like, you can check out my Instagram over at Organoid Zero. Alrighty, until next time, we will see you all later.